train your budgie to operate a DJ system and have club nights.
Men will have sex with a ham sandwich.
Oh my God, they've got Beryl.
Why don't you invite Elaine round and I'll invite Jeremy from the office and we can have a...
orgy. Hello and welcome to Wanging On with me, Graham and Maria. It's the place to come for your average advice. We are here to possibly help. Maria, how are you today?
I just foolishly...
I know.
I had a...
I just thought we're about to start and then you started shoveling a biscuit in.
Yeah, I had a shortcake
You
biscuit.
had all day to eat a biscuit.
I know, but I needed a sudden lift.
How do you feel?
I feel like a bit claggy of mouth.
Yeah, yes.
But it's all right because I have this very handy mug.
Oh, great. How do you feel now?
Much better, thank you.
Okay. Do you want to finish the biscuit?
No, I finished it.
No, you haven't.
I feel like Anne
It's
Dead.
shoved down there beside you.
Don't give away all my secrets.
Now, Maria, I want to talk to you about your fashion.
Oh, yes. Can I give you some advice?
No. Do you ever buy clothes online? You don't, do you?
I try not to buy things online because I have a very addictive personality. And once I start buying things, I just think I won't stop and it'll be very spendy. I quite often shop online and put lots of things in my basket.
Oh, it's you.
I don't think I'm alone in that.
No. Apparently everybody does it.
Yeah.
Most things on the internet are lying in a basket.
Yeah.
Unloved and forgotten.
Well, because then I think, now which one of those do I really remember? None of them.
Yeah.
And so I decide to, go to sleep now.
Also, I have bought some things online, and it's a bit like Russian roulette. Some of it shows up, some of it never shows up.
Oh,
and I don't
my
And I
goodness.
don't really know what to do about it. So I kind of think, I've donated that money to charity.
No, I'm very strong on things not turning up
do
because,
you do?
the delivery drivers are notoriously bad at leaving that, people. Has anybody recognised this front door? My delivery was left here.
Oh, that, yeah.
But you obviously just go, it didn't turn up.
The other thing, so there's that things don't show up. And have you ever done food shopping?
I tend not to do that either, but on the
Of course you
occasion...
don't eat. I forgot that.
It's
silly me.
It's just really medication for me.
Yes.
I find
it's an
that-
online pharmacy.
That keeps me going. Online pharmacy to America. No, I do sometimes, yes. But they annoy me because they just keep substituting things that,
Yeah.
you order tea bags and then they send you some, tea tree oil because it's got tea in it.
I remember once it was a New Year's Eve party. I think you were there. And I ordered some cases of champagne from a supermarket. And I do remember thinking, oh, that's very good value. But when they arrived...
But they teeny tiny bottles.
You put a straw in. Went,
Well, people thought you were just being trendy, didn't
yeah, Happy New Year's. Any more? No, that's the case. We've drunk a case of champagne, everyone. Wow, we must be so drunk.
That taught you a lesson, I'm guessing.
Yes, to understand how much champagne is supposed to be.
I do like the tales of people ordering things like, a three-piece suite that they found on the internet for £18. And when it comes, it is for a doll's house. I mean, that is pleasing, isn't it? That you don't look at. I think I did that with some hooks and eyes for my shutters.
Yeah.
You've got these big window shutters and you want those kind of things that plop in. What are they called? I don't know. Not hooks and eyes. Shutter covers.
Yes, okay.
And then I ordered them and then 500 of them came and they were all the size of my nail. And worst thing, I put them up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So now whenever I go to bed, I have to go like this. To get it into the hole.
I remember one Christmas thinking it would be a good idea to buy my mother, those incredibly life-size cat, and all it does is sleep. It just breathes. And I thought it would be quite good company.
Oh, you're
to have,
weird.
to
That
have
is
this
weird.
Thing breathing. And if it hadn't shown up, I'd have thought fair cop. No, they did send us something. It was like a bit of old sock in a bag. We kind of like,
did it breathe?
no, it didn't. It wasn't a cat. It was nothing. It was just a bit of material. And you go like, why did you bother sending us anything if you weren't going to send us the thing we bought? Because
Was it from Temu?
What?
Was it from Temu?
No, it was not from Temu.
Okay.
I don't think so. Temu, they're huge and Chinese, are they?
Yeah, and they take a long time to come. And
Well, it's China, isn't it?
It's a long way to go.
Yeah.
And it's never what it looks like on the thing. I mean, there's a whole internet site dedicated to people that have bought things from Temu. This is what I was expecting. This is what I got. And they model things. So maybe you should put
more fool them.
Well, you bought a sock.
Exactly, I'm a moron.
How much was your sock?
Well, a lot more than a sock.
Did your mum, was Rhoda impressed and pleased? Did she laugh?
I chose not to wrap it and give it to her.
Okay. Okay.
This you'll enjoy your life-size breathing cat, but Graham, it's a sock.
And it smells.
You put your hand in there and go like a cat.
That is very pleasing to me that you fell for that.
We didn't fall for anything. That's what I mean. It doesn't seem like the perfect crime because you've actually spent money on postage. Much better to just ignore the fact that I ever asked for anything and take my money.
But did you give them a star review?
No.
I know, but then you're meant to, so that nobody else buys a sock. You're meant to put, this was not a cat that breathes. It was a sock with a battery in.
It was no, it wasn't even a sock with a battery in.
Did it have nothing in it?
No. It was just a bit of material. I'm not even sure it was a sock. I'm just saying that to identify how useless and cloth-like it was. But I don't think you could even use it as a sock.
So, you see, you could have stopped somebody else from doing that, from buying that, by saying...
No, they're an idiot. They're as big an idiot as I am because they're buying a life-size breathing cat. They deserve to get a bit of rolled rag. Right, Maria, the people have problems. They need our help. Maria?
Yeah?
It's time for the first letter.
Oh, thank goodness.
They're in the envelopes.
That sock thing was going to go on forever. Because it did.
Next Christmas.
I'm happy for a sock. Okay. Dear Graham, I like this. Dear Graham and Maria, my next door neighbour is complaining about Joe, my budgie. She says the sound he makes is interfering with her knitting. Thrilling, and that it gives her a headache. It's got to the stage where I open my back door for fresh air and I either get a hose spray coming over the fence or clippings of whatever she last trimmed. That doesn't bear thinking about. Even my friends have been drenched by my neighbour's hose. Seriously? How on earth do I deal with this? Lou in Perth. Lou in Perth, this is what we would like to...
Lou in Perth, she's contacted us before. I think
she had another problem?
No, she's needed advice before. Isn't that so good of her to help others before asking for help herself?
Yeah, Lou in Perth, you're going straight to heaven.
Beautiful.
And so is your little budgie, Joe, because your lady next door... I mean, budgies can be very annoying, but... I would say my grandma had a budgie, and whenever it squawked...
You fascinate me.
Yeah, I know, really. Whenever it squawked, she would throw a tea towel over the cage, and it immediately went silent. Is this an old wives' tale?
No, that's how you silence them.
That's how you silence them.
When it's
how
time
do you
for
know
bed.
that? How
when
do
it's
you
time,
know? It's time for bed.
Famously, when it's time for bed, you put a thing over the cage.
Okay.
And the bird goes, oh. Guess day's over.
Yeah.
They're not very bright.
Right.
They're not thinking, I can hear the telly. Pretty sure they're still up.
But why doesn't Lou know this? I mean, did you look into budgie husbandry?
Because budgies can't sleep all day, every day. You know, the budgie's got to be awake. And also, here's my thing. Lou, because when I heard this, when you were reading the letter,
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh yes, the sound of a budgie, maybe This is Australia. So in this country, the sound of a budgie might be slightly startling.
Yeah.
Australia,
it's mixing in with all the other noises.
It's got galahs and parakeets and all sorts of things.
Funnel web spiders creeping up your pipes.
All sorts of things wanging on out there. So I think your problem isn't Joe is loud. The problem is you are living with someone or living beside someone who is borderline crazy and way across the border aggressive. That's your problem, not your budgie. Because how could a budgie annoy someone this much? It's impossible. Unless it's swearing or something, or unless it's a racist and supporting the Third Reich through
I'm
budgie
just
songs.
thinking, though, that Lou lives in very close proximity to the knitting lady because you open your back door and you're getting sprayed with a hose or trimmings of whatever she's been trimming thrown at you. I'm thinking, the space, even though Australia is a very big place, sometimes in the cities, Perth, places... Perth, that's where she's from. So, I don't know. I think try the tea towel over the thing, but you're right. It can't squawk all day, though, but sometimes when a budgerigar gets a squawk on, it gets overexcited, a bit like you do sometimes.
Yes.
And you can't stop itself squawking, so you need to kind of like...
But it's a bird squawking in your house.
Yeah.
It's not a dog constantly barking or something. Even in this country, like last night, for instance.
Oh yeah. Now you don't have dogs. You're very condemnatory.
I said to my husband, I said, what's that noise? What's that noise? And I looked out, and it was magpies making sort of noise.
Very loud.
I've never heard before. So loud, so intense. And I thought,
can you give us a demonstration?
No, I cannot.
Okay.
And I thought, what the hell? I didn't know magpies could make that noise.
Really loud.
And then,
about-
around the corner,
Yeah.
bold as brass, what came out?
Fox.
Yeah, with a magpie in its mouth.
Good. Well done.
The magpies were basically doing kind of like, oh my God, they've got Beryl. And the fox looked mildly perturbed to see me. Kind of like, oh, this is awkward. I'm about to eat Beryl, and you're right there.
Yeah.
They're all making
Do you
noise.
mind if I have this while you're watching?
Yeah, I mean, is it too much to ask?
You got nature right on your very doorstep.
I know.
That's nice.
I know. I'm poised.
So the magpies were actually just trying to warn.
Yes, it was some sort of reaction to this carnage that was going on.
Right.
Yeah. And then
Nature can be brutal.
so brutal. And then because then Fox kind of went, oh, excuse I, and dashed off. And
But did it take Beryl with her?
yes. But then here's the thing: we then went around the corner and it lost interest in Beryl. Beryl did not taste too nice. So Beryl.
What do you mean you went round the corner? You
We followed where the fox went.
Did you?
And Beryl just lying there, dead.
I'm guessing that this was before you got home. You weren't actually, or did you go out in your pajamaed feet?
No. It wasn't. It was just like not the middle of the night.
Oh, okay.
No.
Foxes are they wait till it's dark normally.
They're urban, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're urban. Yeah.
Urban.
They don't care.
This is not helping Lou in Perth.
Who's Lou?
Yeah, exactly. She's got a budgie that's
Oh, I remember this. She lives in a city in Australia.
That's right.
It's called Perth.
And it squawks quite a lot. And neighbour is going mad with it. I mean, have you?
The neighbour's awful. Neighbour's awful.
Well, also, but have you, Lou, in Perth, been round to see said neighbour and say, look, I don't want to really, annoy you about your knitting and ruin your life, but I do have this budgie. If you've got any suggestions to how to keep it quiet.
No, don't justify this with any reasonable response. You know what I mean? You could
Is
go
it
around and say,
responsible to have a budgie in Perth when you're very close to a neighbour who does a lot of knitting?
it is very possible. Budgies are not that loud. They might be loud, but they're not that loud. The clacking of her needles is annoying me.
Okay.
Like what? Just it's her response, however annoying the budgie might be. And what she's done is she'd allow this budgie into her head. She only hears the budgie now, so she's always going to be annoyed.
Stop saying budgie.
So there's nothing to be done here. You are living next door to an unreasonable person.
You can try and reason with people.
Yeah. I don't know what the council is like in Perth, Australia.
I'm guessing not very good. I'm guessing they don't care about budgies. Budgies and neighbour disputes.
Maybe.
I'm finding it very difficult myself.
Weirdly, I'm very invested in this problem.
Are you?
I don't know why.
Ah.
I think because it's Australia. I think it just if this was the UK, I might understand it a little bit.
Because you're saying that basically, you've got Lassie coming, you've got Flipper.
Open
you've
your
got
window, and it's like
all the
Jurassic
animals.
Park. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You hear a T-Rex roaring in the distance.
Right.
So, really, why are you worried about a budgie? This is not the Perth I know.
Do you think our wangers might have something to say about it?
You tell me.
This is not the Perth I know. That's a sentence I never thought I'd hear today.
By the way, the Wangers, we should remind everybody.
Oh, yeah.
These are dedicated listeners who got in touch, wanging on at listen.co.uk, and that gave them a sneak preview to these problems. And so they have responded, and these are the responses.
I love the fact of getting a sneak preview.
Ooh, sneak preview.
So Billy says, Billy is a nice name for a budgie, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, budgies are annoying, but your neighbour is engaging in totally unacceptable antisocial behaviour.
Yes.
It sounds like the time for sensible conversation has passed. All right, Billy. Report her to the police or the local council. She must be put back in her box.
That the neighbour or the bird?
Ivan says, buy more budgies.
I'm with Ivan.
Yeah, I thought you would
Have
be.
a huge aviary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
But then the dingoes will come.
In case we forget that.
See how upset you are now.
This is Australia.
Yeah.
Dingoes and then followed closely by the coyotes. Joe says, if this neighbour is anything like me, The one thing they'll hate more than noisy pets is wind chimes. Good eye.
I like Joe. Joe has just used this as an excuse to vent about wind chimes.
So buy some wind chimes, let them moan about these as well as the budgie, and then offer to get rid of the wind chimes as a compromise solution. I like that you're doubling down on this problem, Joe. It's a good idea.
I think people are just ignoring the fact that Lou lives next door to a lunatic.
But, it is what it is, Graham. So you've got to find a way of living with that.
Okay.
And behaving even more like a lunatic, perhaps, as Joe has suggested, by getting wind chimes. Do wind chimes annoy you?
Do you know, weirdly, my own don't.
Ah.
Other people's really annoying.
Oh, my goodness. Well, have you got special ones that do different notes?
No. Mine are really annoying. Mine are an old teapot that have cutlery hanging off. So it's not even a nice sound. It's just the sound of cutlery rattling in a drawer.
This is in your kind of patio garden, isn't it?
But it's quite far away from my bedroom, but quite close to other people's. I am that neighbour.
You are. I'm throwing things over your wall. Okay, Claire says, your neighbour is behaving like a brat. However, there are ways to train your budgie to make less noise. Tell us,
what you
Claire.
could do? You could train your budgie to operate a DJ system and have club nights. For all her budgie friends.
All above the bass, rock the bass. I like that, but it's mad.
Tiny little headphones. One on, one off. With a wing.
A wing. And perched very perilously on its back. Okay, train your budgie to make less noise. This is how you do it, apparently. Walk out the room when they start squawking and only return when they stop. Wonderful, Claire. Thank you very much for that. Either that or buy your budgie a toy.
Go live next door.
Buy your budgie a toy that redirects their focus and keeps them quiet. There are lots available. Have you ever bought a budgie toy?
They like cuttlefish, don't they?
Oh, you do know more than you...
Get a big bit of cuttlefish. You just find it on the beach in Australia, which perches on the coast, and just shove it in there.
Yeah. I don't think I think this budgie does need stimulation.
Do you think maybe it's not a budgie? It's some sort of
It's a parakeet.
It's some wild creture that she's bought by accident.
I had a friend who had a budgie, and she let it out of the cage. I mean, obviously close the windows.
Yes, wise.
And it flew around the place and was very happy and sort of landed on her head periodically.
But don't they shit everywhere?
Well, yeah, but if you want a budgie, you put up with that. We'd put up with dogs.
No, but you don't encourage them to do it.
No.
Well, if you let a budgie fly around a room, you're kind of going, have at it.
Now...
Is somebody still talking? Oh, it's you.
I don't think we've been very helpful about the budgie with Lou, especially as she is really, theoretically, one of our wangers. We should have made a greater effort.
Lou, and indeed Joe, who's probably listening. Maybe this has kept him quiet for a few minutes. You never know. Oh, they're talking about me.
Joey, what do you do to budgie, Lou?
Who's a pretty boy? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Lou and Joe, good luck with that neighbour. Sorry we weren't more help. Second dilemma is on its way. Letter number 2, please, Maria.
Yes, Graham, we're racing through today.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm surprised to find out this is letter number 2. I would have thought it was surely 3 or 4 by now.
I'm surprised to find out it's Tuesday.
I can't believe we spoke to Lou for so long about her budgie. A special extended edition of Wanging On.
We may have to come back to it at some point as well.
I think the people will demand it.
Okay, here's the next letter. Clear your mind. Dear Graham and Maria, I think my partner has a crush on a work colleague. I don't think it's gone any further, but he's started going for drinks after work with her and a few other people. I'm worried that it might lead to something. He talks about this woman a lot, and they seem to have a lot of in-jokes. Shall I mention it? And that is from Hannah.
Ooh.
Difficult one, Hannah, because you could look like a jealous partner, and you don't want to do that. However, I do think there's a sort of witchy second,
Yes.
You kind of know things about your partner. You get to know what's going on. So I would say hit this on the head. And if he's talking about her a lot, let's call her Elaine, why don't you say to him, hey, look, I've got somebody from work, think of a friend from work, maybe male. Why don't you invite Elaine round and I'll invite Jeremy from the office and we can have a...
orgy. Was that what you're looking for?
No. But I think you knew that.
Have I not helped?
Yeah, we're going to have a lovely dinner, and then I can get to know Elaine as well.
Ooh.
No, but therefore, what you're trying to do with this...
Oh, it's like it's Christmas.
You're trying to diffuse... I've got a bad chest, Graham, please. You're trying to diffuse the situation by having Elaine over and, Jeremy from your office, who's a bit of a drip, but might like Elaine.
I think you're right. You ought to be able to say something about this. But the minute you do, even if you're right, even if you're absolutely buying the money, it's just there's something... It's like you're just putting on a T-shirt that says, I am insecure.
I don't trust you.
Yeah, I'm insecure. I am jealous. The problem is me. And because he will gaslight you and kind of go, what are you talking about? We're just friends. Da, da, da. I mean, I would do a little bit more research, Hannah. I would find out a bit more about Elaine.
How are you doing that then, Graham?
I could ask a husband who seems to love talking about Elaine all the time, and they're in jokes.
I know, but if you inquire too much, he's going to smell a rat as well.
Well, he's clearly a moron if he's just, you know what I mean? If I think Hannah's right, nothing's happened yet, because this man, if the time to worry is when he stops talking about Elaine, because then some sort of line has been crossed, I would say. Don't you think?
Listen to you, Columbo.
Well, don't you think? Because now he's all relaxed. I really like Elaine. Oh, let's go out for drinks. We've got in jokes.
Yeah, the very fact that he's told you about it is kind of like it could be a precursor for something else. It could be he's, telling Mummy so that Mummy doesn't get jealous or whatever, or to absolve him. But I do think if you've got this witchy sense of there's something going on here, then once you get Elaine to your house...
you can kill her.
Yes, that. But first you can check it out. You'll know how they react when they're together, and you can fill in Jeremy from your office as well as to what he's got to look out for. Get him on side is what I'm trying to say.
What is so frustrating about these things is no matter how valid your suspicions are, the other person will make you feel like a crazy person.
Yeah.
They will gaslight you into, even if nothing's going on, the boyfriend will be outraged that Hannah had these suspicions. Whereas, in fact, perfectly right to have these suspicions because he's leading you to those conclusions.
Yeah, but I think you're right. By the very fact that normally people are sort of subversive about it. The very fact that he's saying, this is really good fun and blah, blah, blah. If she's such good fun, let's have her round. I do think that is the only way forward for you. You can't find out anything more. And then once you see them both together, your fears will either be confirmed or be, dissolved.
Yes. I mean, he doesn't sound like a very sophisticated cheater if he's a cheater, in that he has told her all about this woman.
Yeah.
So I think nothing's happened yet, I would say. So... That's good.
But sometimes in these situations, men aren't very sophisticated creatures. I mean, I'm generalising here.
And yet,
yeah,
it's true.
I mean, as Kathy Burke says, men will have sex with a ham sandwich. That's what she said.
Yeah, called Elaine. I'll have an Elaine, please. Extra mayo.
Activate the wangers quickly, I believe. Here we go. Lloyd says... If this colleague was male, presumably you wouldn't bat an eyelid. It's just a friend and you need to stop being so paranoid.
Oh, Lloyd's so innocent.
Lloyd is has a lot of experience in this sort of work. Louise says, it sounds like a bit of harmless team bonding to me. Don't mention it. Get some more of your own stuff happening instead.
When I said she should have an affair. Go on, Hannah. Casey's left us a voice note and this is them.
I think you can't mention it in an accusatory way or anything if you haven't got any evidence that it's gone any further. But if it's bothering you and it's giving you a bad gut feeling, I think you've got to mention it and make sure that he knows how you feel, because he might be totally oblivious to the fact that it's making you uncomfortable. But until you have a conversation about it, he can't know and he can't change. So I would definitely bring it up and have a conversation about it for sure.
Was that Joe the Budgie?
But I love the way, I think she was from New Zealand actually, because she said evidence.
Oh.
Not evidence.
Is that like a New Zealand cop?
Evidence, yeah.
Is that in Short Street?
Thank you,
So much
Kate.
evidence.
Thank you, Casey. Jerry says, it sounds like you're jumping, and there's not many people on Hannah's side here. It sounds like you're jumping to a lot of conclusions here. But if it's on your mind, yes, you should talk to him or perhaps broach the subject in a more general sense. For example, ask him if he thinks flirting with other people when you're in a relationship is okay. Jerry, have you lost the plot? Some people are fine with it. You need to find out if your principles align on stuff like this.
I mean, I know what she means, but that's a bit, it's too on the nose.
On the nose, that is very much on the... I mean, because actually flirting, I love flirting. Flirting is great. Flirting with women, flirting with men, it's great. It's fun. It's like, doing...
But it can lead to trouble.
It can lead to trouble, but it is like sort of sword fighting. It is parrying and, fighting back and so on. But in this particular case, I do think,
And also, you're single, so you're allowed to flirt and do all of that.
Even when I was, in a relationship, maybe that's why I stopped being in a relationship. You can flirt with everybody. Paula Yates said to me, she flirts with everyone. Well,
Yeah.
And she was a great flirt. But should we just see what Wayne has to say?
Oh, yes,
Here's the last one. Wayne says, why don't you go along to the after-work drinks? Spend more time with the two of them. And that sounds a little bit, suspicious though, doesn't it? Spend more time with the two of them and see the dynamic between them for yourself.
Yes, I think
then
that's
you
wise.
can see with your own eyes whether there's really a problem. You might love her and become friends with her yourself, which is why I'm saying have them round for dinner. But maybe Hannah isn't the sort of person that has people round for dinner.
And also, it's a lot. Just mean, if my boyfriend's cheating on me, I don't want to spend time chopping vegetables.
Make dinner for his mistress.
Yes.
Well, what about inviting her over
Go
drink?
out for a drink and thing. Don't have her in your house. You don't want that bitch in your house.
Oh my goodness, we have really, whoever this poor woman is, we're calling her Elaine. Sorry for all the Elaines out there. We are vilifying.
No.
And
no.
and her husband seemed to getting away with nothing.
Yeah, no, I think the boyfriend bad. Look, Hannah, hopefully we've helped in some small way. Good luck.
And let us know.
Yes, please do. Right, just time to ask that question. Am I weird? And asking it today is Sean in Cork. What has he got to say, Maria?
Sean in Cork says, dear Graham and Maria, am I weird that I only like to travel alone? I've been on holidays with friends and with family, but nothing beats a city break or even something longer in my own company. I'm quite sure I never want to go away with anyone else ever again.
Oh, it's quite sad.
Well, I think, to like your own company, well done to you, because it means you'll never be lonely. But it also sounds like you'll never have any friends, doesn't it?
Well, it's something weird. Like, I think, being able to go into a restaurant and have dinner by yourself, it's quite a strong thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, even now, I find that quite hard to do.
Do you?
I do it, but now it's easier because you can scroll through your phone or whatever. But, you have to take a deep breath before you table for one, please. So good on you for that, Sean. The only thing I think is when you're traveling, even if you're with someone that you're not gelling with completely, somehow seeing the experience through someone else's eyes does double the experience or it expands the experience.
And also maybe it's that thing of I'm going to, the Church of Blood today and you're going off to the library. So shall we meet up for dinner maybe at 8? And then you have somebody to share, a bit like you're saying, what you've seen, what you've done, etc. I mean, I think also it's easier to travel alone when you're younger. I used to do a lot of it. But now I really, because I like talking to people. You know how I talk to people. It annoys you. Yeah, it annoys you. Hello, what's your name? But now it's harder because nobody really wants to talk to an older lady.
Oh, they do.
No, that is true. People are a bit suspicious. Like, what do you want from me, bitch?
Well,
I don't want anything apart from,
Money.
maybe... Tell me a story.
yeah.
Amuse
See
me.
that drink? Could you buy that me, please?
I don't...
See the fancy cocktail? I'd like that.
Yeah. Buy it for me now or I'll say you hurt me. I'll call the police.
Ow!
Why would you do that to me?
I'm an old lady.
Sitting here minding my own business. Can someone call the police?
Now, here's the thing, though.
Yes, is it weird?
Well, I think Sean on holidays, there's something... Because your only memory of that holiday will now just be selfies, which seems to have diminished the thing. Like, I always remember years ago, when I was in San Francisco, and I was much, much younger and I had no money, I spent, for me, a lot of money to go and see Al Pacino in American Buffalo.
I saw that in England.
And I paid a fortune, and I sat by
bad.
myself up in the gods in the theatre,
God love you.
looking at it. And I remember afterwards...
He was good, wasn't he?
I know, but afterwards I did think, I could have just told people I saw that and had the money. Because...
But you experienced something.
So it was way over there. It was like miles away. It could have been anybody.
Wow.
Yeah. Just me. It could have been Danny Dyer.
Is that... I think he did do the American tour. Is that what you do now? You just tell people you went somewhere?
Well, no, but I think if you
Just
go
come back from America.
if you go to see a show with someone, then it's a shared memory, and you get to kind of, I don't know, you've seen that show in a different way. Whereas if you go by yourself, it's almost like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I think there's a compromise to be had, Sean. So do you know what? I'm going, Sean, that you like being on your own so much is slightly weird, I'm saying. If I'm to like it, but to like it to the exclusion of all else seems a bit weird.
I'm not ready to damn you yet, Sean, because I need to know a bit more about your life. So could you send me a 4-page letter with a few more details?
And maybe come to Hastings and spend some time at Maria.
No!
Yeah, he'll love that. He loves being abroad with others.
Hastings is not abroad. It's on the south coast of England, by the way.
It is if you're in Cork in Ireland.
Oh...
Paying attention.
Yeah.
See?
I know, but I like the fact that he thinks that England is abroad. I would never think that Ireland is abroad.
It is.
Abroad to me is Europe.
It is.
Only just.
And with that, we've finished another edition of Wanging On. Thank you so much to Hannah and Lou for sharing their dilemmas. And, of course, to all the wangers for sharing their advice as well.
Can you just do that last little bit for me, please?
I will.
So I don't have to put my glasses on. Because I like to just sort of look at the camera like this.
You look wistful. Yeah, and think about your holiday with Sean. Our email address, if you'd like to get in touch, is wangingon@listen.co.uk, or you could also contact us at Instagram @wangingon, where you'll also find tips on how to get proper advice.
Yeah, that's really important.
We're going to be back next week.
Are we, Graham?
Yeah, more dilemmas for people to solve.
I'm not sure that... Have I got things to say?
No, it's fine. I'll say it.
No,
Wanging On with Graham Maria is a listen production. Dear God, this is over. Goodbye.